Yeah, Jim from Columbus again. I called in last week. I gave my assessment on Stefanski, Berry, and DePodesta, and basically said that their judgment is terrible. They need to go, and you pretty much told me I was wrong. And yet today you're saying, well, Brown should hire somebody to check out quarterbacks. So you're saying that Berry is not able to do that. He's not capable of it, and I will agree with you on that. My bottom line is get Berry, DePodesta, and Stefanski out of Cleveland. Bring in a guy that knows football, even Louis Riddick, whoever. Somebody's out there that knows their stuff. Get rid of these three. That's all I got.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tom, again, I respect that opinion. You can't when you've won 3 games. I get it, and we'll dive into this a little deeper. The one thing I would say is, if you change the coach and you change the general manager, it is a sweeping overhaul of the roster. Sweeping overhaul of the roster.
Yeah, to me, David, to gut this thing right now would be foolish. I think, it would be going against everything you've tried to do the last 2 or 3 years, which is to build some depth. And this idea that Andrew Berry doesn't know football, that's just nonsense. I mean, with all due respect to the voicemailer, I mean, Andrew Berry will have forgotten more football by tomorrow than you'll ever know, with all due respect.
Well, the other thing that I'll tell you, Pete Prisco of CBS Sports, who knows him, said he gets labeled as an analytics guy. He's a football guy. Is from the Eagles tree, the Howie Roseman tree that everybody kind of sits down and bows down at. He's a football guy who listens to analytics. Now, you can quabble about picks and all this. Remember, traded for Jerry Jeudy, traded for Amari Cooper. So he's went out and identified 2 number 1, in theory, 2 number 1 receivers back to back.
Yeah, and the drafts, listen, we can pick apart anybody's draft, right? And I think if you look over the last couple of years, he's taken some guys that, maybe were reaches, if you want. Jedrick Wills has shown flashes. He's been hurt the last couple of years. Greg Newsome, shown flashes. He's been hurt. Martin Emerson, I think we could all identify as a player that could potentially help you down the road. He's hurt again. There's hits and misses with every team. Obviously they become amplified here when, the losing continues, when you have suspect or worse quarterback play, and you get into the situation that you're in. So, listen, as we've talked about here for the last few minutes, I think a complete overhaul is unnecessary. I think you do have the right people here. I think the Browns ownership believes they have the right people here. I think they look at this year as, a little bit of a hiccup, whatever you want to call it. They're a 3-11 team, and somebody's going to have to be accountable for that. Somebody's going to lose their job. They're going to make some kind of changes. What I didn't understand, Dave, last year was the drastic overhaul that they made with the offense in terms of getting rid of Alex Van Pelt. I thought that was interesting. I didn't think it was necessarily needed as well, but I knew that they were trying to do something different, with Watson and to try to utilize his skill set better. It backfired. And let's be honest, that decision alone is the reason that you're in the spot that you're in right now. It is because of the swing and miss you took with that franchise quarterback that has led to all of these things and has amplified all of these various aspects that you're talking about with this team. So again, I think changes will come. I don't think they have to be major ones.